Now on CoastTV News.
Parking penalty update. Dewey Beach says skipping the meter will cost you even more now. Power play or pricey problem? Delaware lawmakers push an energy relief bill, but not everyone's on board. And murder suspect in court. Luigi Mangione faces a judge today. What's next in the case?
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Pay to park or pay the fine? Dewey Beach hoping to solve what they call major parking issues. Good Friday evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight with Dewey Beach increasing their parking violation fees. And this comes after town officials say they've seen an uptick in parking problems and having to give out more parking tickets. The town approved this move on Friday to increase ticket prices. It's for things like blocking a mailbox or parking in a loading zone. Live in Dewey Beach is CoastTV reporter Brendan Conroy. Brendan, you spoke with commissioners about this.
Christina, happy Friday night indeed. When I spoke with Commissioner Gibbons, she told me that the problem that was arising where people would come into town, not pay to park for the day, and then the ticket that they would receive would be less than it actually costs to park in town. And that became the norm, which warranted some change from the town, like I said, but not everybody who lives in Dewey Beach thinks so. Parking your car in the wrong spot in Dewey Beach could mean even more out of your pocket now. Jim Caparelli has lived in Dewey for 9 years and owned a business there for 8. He isn't too confident these fees will be effective.
There's still going to be people that leave their cars overnight, forget about their cars. It's Dewey Beach. So I don't think increasing the fees is going to distract anybody from parking illegally.
Here's exactly what those fees would look like. The previous $45 violation for being double parked or blocking a mailbox will now be $60. And the $65 fine for blocking a fire hydrant or even parking too close to an intersection is now $80. And there's a $100 violation fee for illegally parking in a handicapped spot. Dewey Beach Commissioner Elizabeth Gibbons told CoastTV this is needed to stop people from being reckless with where and how they park.
People will pull out of a driveway and just park on the side that they pulled out of, and they're facing the wrong way. That kind of thing, it's an issue because then when you pull out of your side, you're going the wrong way down the street temporarily.
Some of the people that we spoke with in Dewey that do think these fees are needed told us that those visiting cars, the cars from out of town, are blocking their driveways or spots where they need to go. So those are creating lots of problems, even though there are a ton of signs all around town like this. An effort to enforce proper parking in Dewey Beach. Those new fees are effective immediately here in Dewey Beach. Reporting live, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
Okay, thanks, Brendan. Now to Rehoboth Beach. Commissioners just signed off on a new 3-year deal with the city's police union. The agreement bumps up starting salaries and fully covers health insurance for officers, plus 80% for their families. Police Chief Keith Banks says the changes help the city stay competitive and attract new officers. This all takes effect April 1st. Also in Rehoboth Beach, Commissioner Suzanne Good made a motion today for a pay increase for the mayor and commissioners, but the idea was struck down. People CoastTV spoke with had mixed opinions on the whole idea.
I think what's got to be recognized with this is that these are voluntary positions, and I think people who do that, certainly they do a lot and they're a wonderful asset to the community, but they are volunteers.
I think would be the same as the mayor's, is that take a look at the compensation, do some increases, and make it on a per meeting.
Yeah, the proposal was to raise the mayor and commissioner salary about 10 to 20%, but the debate is not over. This is going to be discussed again in Rehoboth in September, and any decision that's made will be applied to the next fiscal year. And this brings us right to our CoastTV poll. We want to know how much you think coastal mayors should make. Let's take a look at the updated results here. A pretty mixed bag, but some people saying they should just volunteer and not make anything, but 33%, the most popular answer, is saying they should make over $20,000. We still want to know what you think. It's not too late to vote, so go over to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. The Milton Theater is warning customers about third-party resellers offering tickets to its shows. In a Facebook post, the theater said these resellers often show up first in Google searches, but the higher-priced tickets don't benefit the venue. Officials say the only way to buy official tickets is through the Milton Theater's website using its ticket provider, eTix. Well, struggling power customers in Delaware may be getting some relief through new legislation. State lawmakers introduced a House bill that would give financial assistance to those making a moderate household income. The bill would also allocate more funding to the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. We spoke with Republican Senator Gerald Hocker today, who says this bill is the wrong answer.
You don't need to have to come up with a new funding source. It's already there through our Reggie, what we're paying on our monthly bills. Therefore, I came up with SB 64 to convert that money back to the ratepayers.
Now that's one take, but some Delawareans we spoke with support the bill, saying it's needed now more than ever. And anyone who gets assistance will also be required to participate in energy savings and efficiency programs. The bill has been assigned to the House Natural Resources and Energy Committee. Here's a live look outside into Lewis tonight, and that means our first alert chief meteorologist Paul Williams is about to join us with a look at the weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Christina. And we have at least one more night and early morning where we're going to deal with this unusually cold or chilly weather, but then after that we'll start thawing out to the norm for this time of the year. Right now, we are expecting for it to stay clear for the rest of the night. We'll drop to 28 by midnight and then 25 by 3 o'clock in the morning. And we'll stay in the mid to lower 20s, but the wind chill factor will be in the teens for Saturday morning. And we'll have blustery conditions along the beaches thanks to a small craft advisory watching out for 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Coming up, Christina, we will talk about how we're going to warm up nicely this weekend and next week.
All right, awesome. Thanks for that, Paul. Well, a Spanish immersion school is coming to the heart of Georgetown next year. Telemundo Delmarva and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman shows us what students and parents can expect and how the community feels about it.
Georgetown's historic Ice House building will be the home to the first Las Americas Aspira Academy in Sussex County. The charter school will have a staggered opening. They will start with about 200 students from kindergarten to second grade. More grades will be added as renovations continue, eventually expanding to 5th grade.
It is an amazing experience. It is an amazing opportunity as well. And not only that, it is also a huge responsibility.
Filomena Mendoza, a mother who owns a business right next to the property, is thrilled to see the school is coming to the area.
It's wonderful to have a school nearby, and that way they can even walk there.
Students will be learning in a dual language bilingual program, spending half the time in English and half in Spanish.
We've been able to create strong bonds with many of the community members, and they have always been talking about it would be amazing and a dream come true if we can have a school like yours over here. So now that we have finally got the approval from the Department of Education, again, it is a great opportunity.
Neida Albarran helped spread the word online to get the signatures for a petition to open the school.
As an educator myself, I know the power that schools, especially schools that are open and welcoming, and all school communities are open and welcoming, but that have particular focus. And the focus on culture and community and meeting the needs of a multicultural need is just going to enrich the experience for parents, for students, and for the whole community.
Expanding bilingual education in the area.
A lot of work still needs to be done right here, but school officials say they will open the doors of the new school in fall 2026 in Georgetown. Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
Well, tomorrow, family, friends, and community members will gather to honor the Delaware skaters, coach, and mothers killed in the deadly mid-air plane crash in Washington, D.C. last month. Former UD figure skating club coach Alexander Sasha Kirsanov, 11-year-old Sean Kay, and 12-year-old Angela Yang, and the young ice skaters' mothers will be remembered. The service taking place tomorrow morning at the University of Delaware Fred Rust Ice Arena. Luigi Mangione appeared in a New York State court for a status hearing today in the slaying of late United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Prosecutors have turned over evidence, including police body cam footage, police reports, and forensic DNA testing materials. All this, as Sherelle Hubbard reports, as dozens of supporters showed up to court to let their voices be heard in this high-profile case.
Free Luigi! Crowds with signs outside court chanting support for Luigi Mangione as he appeared in court for a status hearing on Friday in New York City. The 26-year-old, escorted by several officers, made his way inside, donning a bulletproof vest over a green sweater, his hands and ankles shackled.
Luigi's right to a fair trial is being infringed upon because he is being publicly treated as guilty.
Mangione's attorney says he isn't getting a fair shake. Once inside the courtroom, Mangione's attorney's request to have his shackles removed was denied to the judge.
I don't understand what this show of danger is for.
This was Mangione's first court appearance since pleading not guilty to state charges related to the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on a busy Manhattan sidewalk in December. Posters of various healthcare CEOs were posted on a park fence outside the courthouse as a truck with Luigi Mangione's likeness rode down city streets. Healthcare is a human right! Supporters wore green in support of Mangione and expressed their critiques of the American healthcare system.
I came out here to support not only healthcare reform, but a fair and just trial for Luigi Mangione.
The healthcare companies, the violence that they are inflicting on American families and have been for decades is really atrocious.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
And according to his attorneys, Mangione's next court hearing for the federal charges is scheduled for March 19th. Meanwhile, one of Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers wants to step down from the music mogul's defense team ahead of his trial. Anthony Rico filed a motion in New York federal court on Friday, the lawyer saying, quote, "Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs," unquote. Rico did not explain what led to this decision, but cited attorney-client privilege in the filing. A judge would need to grant Rico's motion to leave the case. Combs would still have 5 other attorneys defending him if Rico leaves. His trial is scheduled for May 5th. And we are just getting started this evening. Still ahead, a skimming scam in Georgetown, where and how the fraud device was found. But first, all the cool things to do this weekend.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast for Cambridge. 41 on Saturday, 48 on Sunday, but we'll push it up to 53 degrees by Monday, and we're going to warm up even more than that. Your full forecast is coming up.
Clap if you love your shell house.
Grace sold us our house in Marsh Island. It was just like instant, we're gonna be friends. We couldn't be happier. We instantly clicked from the second we saw our lot to having each other at our son's birthday parties. It's so comforting to have someone help you through something that can be super overwhelming. Shell is happiness and Shell's home. And Shell is friends. It's friends. I was gonna say that.
Designed to outlast and outlive. Toyota trucks are unmatched, unstoppable, unequaled. Take Tundra, built in America, with an available iForce Max Twin Turbo Hybrid engine, with top-of-the-line tech for on the job and on the road. Buy a Tundra now with $2,000 customer cash, or take 1.99% APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
This cold weather, it can really make you want to just stay inside and not do anything at all. I know, but there's so many cool things happening this weekend, and to top off the list, the annual Rehoboth Beach Black American Film Fest. All weekend at the Cinema Art Theater, award-winning films and documentaries that highlight the impact of African Americans on history and culture. There's also the Better Living Expo at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury. That's on Saturday and Sunday. You can find ways to enhance your home, your garden, and your life. In Dover, there's the Chocolate Expo also on both weekend days. It's at Bally's Dover Casino, and some original cast members of Willy Wonka will be there. And on Saturday, the Southern Delaware Chorale will host a special concert titled A Chorale Tapestry, celebrating Black History Month. You can find all the details and information on CoastTV.com when you click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
It's time, America. Time to break out the red, the white, and blue oval. The President's Day sales event is here with great offers on powerful, capable Ford SUVs and Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. There's huge inventory and great selection at your local Ford dealer. Want more? How about this special offer? Get $4,500 cash back on Ford Escape or lease Escape for $289 a month for 36 months during the President's Day sales event.
On Coast Life, students take on the challenge of Trooper Youth Week, a hands-on look at police training that tests their strength and determination. Plus, know the signs of a heart attack and how to keep your heart healthy. Monday at 4 on Coast TV.
Winter is here and it's time to stay cozy. But is your heating system ready to play its part? Don't roll the dice on comfort or safety. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating maintenance and safety inspection. We'll fine-tune your system so it's ready to tackle winter's chill. No sweat or shivers. With nearly 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com. Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter or oil. Get this huge 15-piece set for 4 payments of $49.99 with free shipping.
To order, call 1-800-513-6408.
Legacy.
To be quite honest, I'm actually right there with you. If you're tired of the unusually cold weather, the Arctic vortex that we've been talking about and just going ad nauseum about and ready for some warm weather, I'm right there with you. We are simpaticos in that situation. But we are expecting warmer weather this weekend and especially next week. You're going to like the forecast. You really are. So that's if you like warm weather. Dry tech camera in Ocean City, 31 degrees right now. Dew point temperature is about 13. We're looking at a relatively dry atmosphere, but we are looking at much cooler conditions because we're going to have mostly clear skies by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and we're going to stay right there in the mid to upper 20s most of the night. But with the wind added into the mix, it's going to make it feel like, well, quite frankly, 18, 19, 17 degrees for tomorrow morning. And here's one of the reasons why. Because along the beach, we're going to still have blustery conditions. It has gotten better, to be honest. Because yesterday we were under, gale wind warnings, 45-mile-per-hour gusts. It's been downgraded to just a small craft advisory, which is actually 25-mile-per-hour winds for Dewey Beach, Ocean View, as well as Fenwick Island. So it's gotten better for Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague as well. And on the other side of the peninsula for the folks in Cambridge, Taylor's Island, Bishop's Head, as well as Nanticoke, you're also wrestling with 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The other good news is that at least we're looking really clear for right now. Now, ironically, the clear skies will allow for the temperatures to fall a little bit quicker because of radiational cooling. And that's a fancy way of saying clear skies, relatively light winds throughout the inland areas. We have basically quiet conditions, but here's our storyline. For tonight, we stay chilly, blustery, with temperature, the wind chill factor in the 20s. And then for the weekend, we're going to enjoy sunshine, pleasant, dry conditions, but a chilly start in the morning time, particularly Saturday morning. We're right now at 23 degrees in Milton, Georgetown, Rehoboth Beach, 24 degrees in Bethany Beach, 22 right now, Ocean City, as we speak. But here's a look at what the wind chill factor is going to shake out to be. For Saturday, 5, 6, 7, look at this. We're looking at 17. It's going to feel like 17 degrees at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. It'll start getting a little better by 8 o'clock, feeling like 18 Then we'll start nudging our way back into it feeling like the 20s. But we're expecting bright sunshine across the entire peninsula. 41 uniformly throughout most of Delaware. 39 in Cambridge with bright sunshine. Winds out of the northwest at about 6 to 12 miles per hour. We're expecting 41 degrees for the high in Ocean City, Snow Hill, and in Berlin. But here's the wind chill factor. We started off at 17, but Sunday we'll push it to 22. Still cold, still uncomfortable, but it's going to feel a little bit better by then. In our future cast, we're going to see increasing cloud cover, temperature starting in the 30s and then rounding into the 40s. Here's a look at your extended forecast, but take a look at Tuesday, Christina, 61 whopping degrees.
Looks good to me. Okay, thanks, Paul. Well, Georgetown police found a credit card skimming device at El Mercado Market. It's a popular grocery store in Georgetown. And here's a look at the device. According to police, it was placed on the store's credit card system last Saturday, and it was found on Tuesday. Lieutenant Matthew Barlow explains how two men were able to place the device in the store.
They also utilized the other person to distract, and the cashier turned around and grabbed something off the shelf, wiped down. While she was doing that, they pulled the device out, placed it on top of the credit card machine, and it fits perfectly on there.
And here is video of what Lieutenant Barlow was just explaining. There's one of the two suspects putting that skimming device on the credit card machine. Police, though, have not identified either of the suspects at this time. And this is not the first time Georgetown police have investigated a skimming device in town. Police recovered a credit card skimming device in June of last year. It was at the Dollar General store on East Market Street. Now, police confirmed to CoastTV News that the customer who notified the store about that device had several $100s in unauthorized withdrawals. Milford Police and State Representative Brian Shoup had a community meeting this week to discuss public safety. One of the biggest topics from the meeting was illegal drug use in the area. Milford Police says the city has the third highest rate of drug overdoses in the entire state. Police say they plan to crack down on local dealers, but not everyone thinks that's the best solution.
Cracking down on these specific types of dealers, or where, the concentration of where the substances are, that to me, sociologically speaking, doesn't seem to work as much as outreach programs.
Milford Police say people can use an app. It's called My Milford to report any drug paraphernalia they find in this city. Still ahead tonight in sports, Smyrna headlines 8 Delmarva girls teams to make the DIAA tournament. And we have more on today's release of the DIAA basketball brackets. And also, experts weigh in on the raw milk debate. Is it healthy or is it dangerous?
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
Dandelions, a bright yellow warning that now is the time for prevention because crabgrass and clover aren't far behind. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for nearly 30 years. From soil to trees, grass and weeds, Hillside's certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment.
It's the incredible Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. You can get Red Dog for just $19.99. Breaking news: Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. Order now.
Call 1-800-519-7208. That's 1-800-519-7208 or visit byreddog.com. Call 1-800-519-7208 now.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Inflation is on the rise and Americans are growing concerned. According to a new survey, consumer sentiment dropped in February. The findings show it's down 10% from January. And a CNN poll released Thursday also showed 62% of American adults say President Trump is not properly dealing with inflation. The administration has unveiled 10% tariffs on products from China and 25% tariffs on all aluminum and steel imports. Well, the nationwide Ozempic shortage is over. Friday, the Food and Drug Administration said there's no longer a short supply of the weight loss and diabetes drugs Wegovy and Ozempic. Increased demand has led to a shortage since 2022. In a statement, the drug maker Novo Nordisk says it's now meeting or exceeding current and projected nationwide demand. The company also warned about knockoff versions of the drug. Well, the trend of drinking raw, unpasteurized milk has grown immensely on social media as Americans push to eat less processed food. The newly confirmed head of the Department of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has previously touted on social media wanting to end the FDA's suppression of raw milk. The agency has called it one of the riskiest foods people can consume. And as Lee Waldman reports, this all comes as bird flu is impacting dairy herds across the U.S.
We're ready to go.
Stephen and Jamie Vincent run Brookby Farm, a dairy farm in upstate New York where they produce and sell raw milk.
People have gotten to a point where they want to get back to more natural way of living and eating.
They say they've personally seen the demand for raw milk skyrocket.
We have families that come get it in 5-gallon buckets.
As bird flu becomes a growing concern, the Vincents are back to COVID-era protocols.
New York has started testing the milk for that.
For 2 years, Bethany McDaniel has consumed raw milk on and off because she believes it has improved her dairy sensitivity, her children's immune system, and her gut health, though the FDA refutes all of those claims.
With proper standards in place, there's nothing dangerous or risky about it.
That's not the belief held by the majority of the medical community. Dr. Rabia Delator, a gastroenterologist, says prior to the required pasteurization of milk, up to 25% of foodborne illnesses came from it.
The process of actually getting milk from a cow into an actual container for you to drink was fraught with different types of infectious sources.
Milk is pasteurized by applying high heat over a short period of time, which kills bacteria without removing nutrients found in milk. Delator warns against drinking raw milk and urges anyone interested to research the risks.
If you blindly follow instructions that you see on social media, you could be hurting yourself or your loved ones, and so I wouldn't recommend that.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
Moving to sports tonight, the DIAA state tournament brackets were released for basketball today. DSN's Tim Nolan shares where the top teams are ranked.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yes, the countdown is on in the first state. The DIAA basketball brackets have been released, and Dover is atop the heap. After winning it all last season, the Senators have the #1 seed and a bye in the boys bracket. Dover is 17-3 this year and has won 10 straight games since falling to St. Elizabeth back in January. The Senators' other loss in Delaware action came to Sanford. Both of those teams are on the other side of the bracket. We'll have the Senators against Seaford tomorrow in the Henlopen Championship at 4 on DSN. Over on the girls' side, the Smyrna Eagles soar above the rest of the Delmarva squads. Eric Gumb's group captured the number 3 overall seed in the state tournament. Smyrna is 14-2 in the new year. And similar to Dover boys, both of those losses came against teams on the other side of the bracket, including top-seeded Caravelle. We'll also broadcast the Lady Eagles tomorrow in the Henlopen title against Seaford at 1. And tomorrow also marks the beginning of spring training games for the Nationals, Orioles, and Phillies. The Nats play the Astros tomorrow at 1. Washington's first televised spring game is this Sunday at 1 against the Mets on MASN. MASN will televise tomorrow's O's opener against the Pirates, while the Phils' first game on NBC Sports Philly is Sunday against Baltimore. That is for sports. Have a great night, everybody, and enjoy the sports.
Delmarva Sports Network updates can be heard on 93.5 The Beach.
Fall in love with safety and reliability at Gateway Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra-powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck handbag for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
If you're having a rough week, we have something to cheer you up. A weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. We have personal features, fun things to do every weekend, and more. And you can sign up for free at coasttv.com/signup. Get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Fridays. The Mare Institute rescued this cute little guy in Dewey Beach today. He's a 1-year-old harp seal, and Mare says he had some signs of a possible infection. He was taken in for treatment and rehab, and Mare wants to remind people if you see a seal on the beach, you should keep 150 feet away from it and call the Institute.
And remember, they're not pets, they're wild, right? Okay, so Irish Eyes, Camera, and Lewis were at 29 degrees actually, and we are expecting for it to drop down to 26 with mostly clear skies by 3 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to have a chilly start to Saturday, but after that we'll start thawing out nicely to enjoy much warmer conditions. David Stobie of Lewis, congratulations, you're our new umbrella winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. If you need to keep up with your forecast, you can call our weather line. The number to call is 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. We're going to warm to 41 on Saturday, 48 on Sunday. Then things start looking really nice and up. 53, then up to 61, and then we'll stay in the 50s all of next week.
Okay, awesome. I wish it would just stay like that. Thanks, Paul. And thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For some more local news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Coast TV News at 6 p.m. Have a great night.